we have Edgemont campus on this beautiful sunny day. What a waste it would be if people wasted this day just on their cell phones and not taking in the beautiful weather.
Hi, I'm Juan de Jesus. Hi, I'm Sam.
Hi, I'm Sid.
Hi, I'm Molly. And over the past few weeks, we've gotten to take an inside look at the classroom and see what students and teachers really think about phones in class.
We asked students and teachers the same questions, and although most of the results turned out as we predicted, other responses came as a surprise to us.
Do you think phones can be detrimental in a classroom?
Yes, I think that phones provide more distractions than valuable things. I know just personally, for me at least, if I'm trying to do something productive on my phone and I'm getting notifications from other things, I'm distracted. So, also, I think that the trust in the teacher, the trust of the teacher in the student is lost because they don't know what the student's doing at all times. They don't know whether they're actually doing the work or not.
Have you ever used your phone in class when you probably shouldn't have?
Absolutely not.
Yes.
If so, why were you using it?
I was texting a friend, and
Have you ever had your phone taken away in class?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think phones can be helpful in a classroom environment?
I do think they could be helpful because sometimes you need to look up what words mean like in a foreign language, and you need your phone in order to do that.
I sometimes do, and sometimes don't. In that case scenario, I do think that they are, but in other cases, I think they can be distracting.
So you agree that students can be easily distracted by phones in class? Have you ever been personally distracted by someone else?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, me too.
Have you ever gotten your phone taken away in class?
I haven't, but I've been reprimanded to put it away.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you. Do you think phones can be helpful in a classroom environment?
Yes.
Why do you think so?
You can use them for school activities.
Do you think phones can be bad in a classroom environment?
Yes.
Why?
People can text on them.
Have you ever seen a student easily distracted by their phones in class?
Yes.
Have you ever been distracted by that?
No.
Have you ever had your phone taken away in class?
No.
Do you think phones can be helpful in a classroom environment?
Yes,
Why?
because they can help with like utilities like a calculator or a timer or something like that.
Do you think phones can be detrimental?
Yeah, because kids could get distracted like using apps like Snapchat or Instagram or something.
Do you think students are easily distracted by their phones?
Yeah.
Have you ever been distracted by another student using their phone?
Yeah.
Faculty Focus says that in a recent survey, 80% of those surveyed reported using their cell phones at least once a period. Have you ever used your phone in class when you knew you probably shouldn't have?
Yeah.
If so, why are you using it?
To play a game.
Have you ever had your phone taken away in class?
No.
Go. Thank you.
Have you ever used your phone in class when you knew you probably shouldn't have?
Yes.
Yes.
Why were you using it?
I received a text from my mom and I wanted to respond, and games are fun.
Have you ever had your phone taken away in class?
Yes.
No.
Do you think phones can be helpful in a classroom environment?
Yes, but not always.
Why do you think they can be helpful?
I feel like now, since technology is so everywhere, then it can be useful in some cases.
Do you think phones can also be detrimental in the classroom environment?
Yes.
Do you think students are easily distracted by their phones?
Yes.
Have you ever been distracted by another student using their phone?
Yes.
Do you think phones can be helpful in a classroom environment?
Like calling or like just use the internet?
Like cell phone use?
Depending on the class, maybe.
Do you think phones can be detrimental?
Yeah, of course. All screens can be detrimental. Computers can be detrimental.
Do you think students are easily distracted by their phones in class?
Yeah, of course. Everybody is.
Have
Even
you-
the teachers are. What are you talking about students? Everybody.
Have you ever been distracted by another
Oh my gosh, all
student?
the time.
Have you ever used your phone in class when you knew you probably shouldn't have?
My mom doesn't understand that I go to school sometimes, so
Yeah.
gotta send that quick text, but
Have you ever had your phone taken away in class?
Probably, but probably not in not in high school, maybe middle school.
Thank you. Do you think phones can be helpful in a classroom environment?
Yes.
Why?
You can go first.
I guess you can look things up because textbooks might be outdated now, so you can look up more recent information to help you with more relevant topics.
Not only that, but like in my math class, I've used something called Kahoot, which is like a website, and you can like do like learning games with like your whole entire class.
Do you think phones can be detrimental in a classroom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
People can use them when they're not supposed to be.
Do you think students are easily distracted by their phones?
It depends on the person, I think.
Have you ever been distracted by another student using their phone in class?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever used your phone in class when you knew you probably shouldn't have?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Why were you using it?
I don't know. I think it was like we had a sub and we weren't really doing anything, so I just figured because like everyone else was on their phones and the sub didn't really care, so.
Yeah, I have used my phone when like a sub has been in my class, and they don't really care, I don't think, but like if my teacher was there, I probably wouldn't be using it.
Have you ever had your phone taken away in class?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you think phones can be helpful in a classroom environment?
Yes, when used productively.
Do you think phones can be detrimental?
Yes, I do. At the same time, agree with that.
Why?
I think kids get distracted and use them as distractions and as for the wrong.
Faculty Focus says that in a recent survey, 80% of those surveyed reported using their cell phones at least once a period. Have you ever used your phone in class when you knew you probably shouldn't have?
Yes, I have.
If so, why were you using it?
I was bored in class.
Have you ever had your phone taken away in class?
No, I have not.
Thank you.
Do you think phones can be helpful in a classroom environment?
Yes, as long as the students are using the phones for the reason that is included in the instruction.
How can phones be detrimental?
They're a huge distraction. It has become a situation that is consistently difficult to focus long periods of time or even short periods of time on the tasks that they need. It's a very distracting tool, or almost like a toy.
All right. Does the use of phones make it harder for other students to focus on learning tasks? In other words, if I'm using my phone, do you think that can be distracting to someone else?
Once again, if it's used for the right purpose, no, because you can look on to that phone for instruction if you don't have yours. You can use that time wisely. As long as it's used for the right purposes, it should be fine.
Have you ever used your phone during a class?
Yes, sometimes there's a couple different applications that are helpful to be downloaded if you don't have your calculator or you need it. Specific for math, graphing, some of the other applications that we do. So, yes.
All right, and have you ever taken away a phone from someone who's using it?
No, it's not really necessary. I think a kind please put that away, or it'd be best if you put that away. It's usually it's all it takes. You don't need to take it away from someone. So.
All right, thanks.
Do you think phones can be helpful in a classroom environment?
Yes.
Why?
There's a lot of activities that teachers can do. For example, I was just showing the teachers this thing called Kahoot, where kids can use their phones as like a sort of a virtual clicker. So like up on the smart board, the teacher posts a question and they all go to a website and they're able to use their smartphone to answer whatever questions up on the phone. So I think there's a lot of sort of interactive things. I mean, we don't have enough computers, so kids walking into the school with their own computers and even just cell phones can be very useful.
Do you think phones can be detrimental?
Sometimes, yeah, if they become a distraction. I think that But I think part of our responsibility as a school is helping students to understand, when it's appropriate to use that tool and when it's not. And so you can't just, I think the idea of just banning cell phones from schools is silly. And rather, we have to teach people, the same way we try to teach people to clean up after themselves, how to be polite to one another. That's part of our responsibility, is to help kids, know what's appropriate in the digital world.
Do you think the use of phones makes it harder for other students to focus on learning tasks?
It depends. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure I understand the question entirely, but it can be a distraction without a doubt.